Hello class. In this series of video tutorial, I'll demonstrate the whole workflow of modeling, texturing, ringing, animating this banner, and we're going to import it to our horror game in Unity 3D. Okay, so first I'll start with Maya here, and I already created this poll for our banner, and let's see. I finished the UV and did the texture map for it, the diffuse map, normal map, and specularity map. Okay, so you'll find this model on Blackboard. You'll be able to download it, and since it's not the important part, I'll skip it. Alright, so now we'll start with the banner, and we'll start with a plan. And in the channel box, go down below here, inputs, and here we'll say, first let me go to here. Alright, so we'll go to the inputs, and for the height we'll put 2, subdivision height we'll put 20, so we're still having these squares, right? And then we can select this whole thing, and let's see, maybe we can make it bigger. So here's a 10, here's a 20. Okay, and then we can rotate it in 90-degree along the x-axis, and then we'll bring it up to here and make it bigger, something like that, and make sure you insert it into the pole. Okay, so the beauty of you change the width and height at here and subdivision width height is, as you can see, initially it was a square, right? Now because I changed its proportion from the inputs, it also updated to its UV, so I don't have to do UV mapping for it. I can directly, select it in object mode and go to image and UV snapshot and export as UV. So keep it edge color as black. Here's the image dimension and image format as a PNG. So I'll export as UV. And now I will get to the folder. And let me bring in the UV to here. Okay, so here's the UV. Right? And we'll open Photoshop. So here on Google, I find this sequence of image, okay, from another artist. So I'll use it as a texture for our model. And I'll grab this image, and I have get rid of the background with the color range in Photoshop, and then I will drop in our UV image. Okay, we'll create a new layer, put it below here, and we'll fill it with white color. Okay, so here's a background, and here I'll say UV, and then create a new layer, and we can just hit M key for this rectangular tool, and I'll make a selection of this area. See, I'm selecting area outside of the UV, and I left a gap. So I'll hit G for bucket tool, and I'll fill it with a gray color here. So see mask. Alright, so select all of these 3 layers and lock all of them, and Command D for deselect, where you can just go to the top and deselect. Okay, so now I will bring in this image, drop it in here, and if it's small, and you can Command T for free transform, and you can make it bigger. Make sure you cover the whole UV space. Something like that. Okay, and put it in the center of the UV. Hit return key to confirm. So this is our texture, and I'll see this will be our diffuse map, and we'll leave this area as transparent since later on we're going to save it as a PNG image. So I'll put it in a folder and say diffuse. Okay, so now let's think about the specularity map. So for specularity map, I only want this part to reflect light, right? This flag area, and the whole background, I want it does not reflect any light. So what I can do is I can create a new layer, put it here, and fill this new layer as black color. And then I will save it to the folder as a JPEG image, and I'll just say only for specular. Okay, so we'll not use this image finally for final texture model. We'll just use it to generate a specular map. Alright, so now I will node, let me go to my softwares. So now we'll node crazy bump. And I'll click open photography from the file. So here I will, here's it. So I'll node this image and use it as a start point for the specularity map. Okay, it'll take a few seconds to load. And here we go. So here I'll go directly to the specularity map part, and I'll increase the texture influence to 100. Okay, and for brightness, I will lower it down to about maybe 33. Okay, looks good. And then I'll click on save specular to file. Okay, here I'll change the name. So now I'll say banner, banner demo, and S for specularity. So this will be our specularity map. Okay. However, I think there's still something we have to fix. For example, in the hole, you can see the white spot. So we can come here. Okay, so I will drop this image in here. So this is the specular map, right? And I'll put it in a folder and create one more layer on top of it. And then I can hide this layer and show the bottom layer. See, this is the diffuse map. And I want this part to be transparent, right? So I don't want it to reflect any light. So when I go to the specularity map, I can just, select this new layer and hit BK for brush and use the black color, and then I can just paint black color inside the hole. And I can double check here. See here also have some color, which I don't want it to reflect any light. So I can just paint black color on it. Okay, and let's see. And also at the bottom here. Okay, I think it's not necessary to reflect so many light, so I'll just cover this whole area. So here for the brush, I'll right click and select a soft rounded brush. So I can paint softer result on it. So I'll also paint this area, and not necessary to be here. All right, so this will be the new specularity map. All right, so we'll save this image to a JPEG image, and I will save it for this one. So now I will delete the old one and I'll save it to the updated one. Okay, so that is our specularity map, and I will mark it in yellowish color since this is what I have created for this demo, right? These are the old textures I created earlier. Okay, so this is the specular map, and this is a diffuse map. And for a diffuse map, I think also we can clean out the center area. So I'll use the eraser tool. Maybe get rid of here and here as well. Here. Okay, you can see this is a hole. And here. Alright, so now we got the diffuse map, and I'll hide this black color background. Okay, and for the normal map, I would just use a cloth texture. So I'll come here and let's see. just go to the textures and fabric, and I'll drop in the fabric texture for it, and I will make sure I cover this whole thing. So this is a sameness texture. Alright, I downloaded it on Google and also post a download link, so you can just use it directly. So I'll make sure I cover the whole thing and put all of these layers into one folder, and Command E to merge it. Okay, and then I'll create a new layer in the bottom and fill it with a gray color and put them together to and I'll say normal. However, this is not a normal map. I'll just use it as a reference for crazy bump. So now I'll say for normal. Alright, and I'll go back here, and then okay, so this is the image I just saved. So here I'll go back to Crazy Bump and open photography from file, and I'll load this image. I just export it, and now we'll use it to generate a normal map for our flag, our banner. Okay, and we'll choose this option, and I'll change the, wait, let me double check. Okay, so 3D preview, it looks good. So we'll just keep this option. However, for intensity, I would like to choose 25 to narrow it down a little bit, and then save it, save normal to file. So this time I'll save it as, banner demo N. It doesn't allow me to copy. So this will be our normal map. Alright, so we've done with the crazy bump, so just quit it. So this is a normal map, it's generated, right? And we'll use it as a file, and I will delete this too. Alright, and then I will also save this diffuse map. So for diffuse map, I'll save it as a PNG image, and I'll say banner demo D as a diffuse. Alright, so now here we go. Okay, so these are the three images we have exported, and these are the texture images for the poll. Alright, I already created, and you don't have to do it by yourself. And then I'll go back to Maya, and I will go to render editor hypershade. Here we go. So let me delete the other materials. Okay, and then I'll go to the tool menu, create a material and a blend material, and I'll say banner M for material. Okay, and for color, we'll load the texture images I have created. So this is a diffuse map as a PNG image, right? And go back to the material and bump mapping. So we'll load is bump map as a tangent normal, because we're using the normal map. So we'll load the diffuse map, the normal map, and specularity map for this material. Okay, so now goes to specular map, and here. Alright, and then I'll apply to our model. Okay, so now we get our model set up. And next step, we're going to animate this flag. So we're going to use uncloth.